Welcome back to the show. Well, another topic that we talk about on this show often, and I'm glad we do, and that is mental health. And my next guest helps people with a number of different services that they offer. It is called Serendipity, and I am joined by the group founder and president, Timothy Laflamme. Sorry, Timothy, obviously your microphone wasn't working, so you get to hold the microphone, which is good. Just make sure you bring it up there a little bit. Right. So let's talk about, first of all, the inspiration behind this, Timothy, of beginning Serendipity.
Yeah, absolutely. So Serendipity's headed into its fourth, or is in its fourth year. Prior to that, Serendipity kind of came about because of my personal struggle with depression and anxiety. I've gone through two major episodes through my lifetime so far. The first time I worked for a great company, had great coverage. I really didn't observe any problems, I would say, or financial difficulties.
Okay.
So the second time I was self-employed, no benefits. Now taking time off would cost more money plus therapy. And like anyone else, I would look around through, different clinics, hospitals, community centers. The short answer was there was not many services available.
Right.
They were very limited, and they cost hundreds of dollars per hour to see a therapist.
Yeah, and I mean, it has to be fairly consistent, right, Timothy, when you're working through something like you just described, right? When you're going through a deep depression, it's not like, visiting your dentist every 6 months, right?
No,
that,
absolutely.
you need to see somebody on a consistent basis. And I guess you just didn't find that available. So tell me where Serendipity came in and your philosophy then.
Yeah, absolutely. So I love to educate and help people as much as I can. And so through coming, I guess, self-discovery and working with my family, especially my wife, she's amazing.
Nice.
She really encouraged me to seek out my dream, which was help people and make a difference in my community. And so with that being said, I know there wasn't any services out there, that something needed to be done. Now, in hindsight, I didn't know that COVID was coming in 2020, up to now, really. So it magnified things tenfold. But with that being said, we strive to make a difference. We hear too often, there's waiting lists, 12, 18 months, or the services that are provided are very limited at best. And for us, we want to tear down those waiting lists. We want to help people today, real help in real time, and that's our focus.
So what sort of professionals then do you have within Serendipity?
Yeah, so we have over 30 psychotherapists that work with us.
Wow.
From counselors to CAS individuals to psychotherapists, paid professionals, basically, many different designations. I have someone that takes care of that team, so I'm not very familiar from the clinical side of things.
Right.
But we're definitely well taken care of. So whether someone needs to claim our sessions through benefits or they don't have any money, we can help them with a subsidized plan.
So where does that subsidy come from? Do you fundraise as well? Are you a nonprofit?
Yeah, so we're registered non-for-profit.
Okay.
And we do first-party events, so our own events, third-party events, and we do fundraising. Like recently we did Stanley's Maple Farm, we did Touch a Truck. That was lots of fun. And our primary funding comes from private equity.
Just going, looking at the website, I noticed, you work with, personal mental health, business mental health, finding balance. The personal mental health, I certainly understood. What about the business mental health? Tell me a little bit about that service.
Yeah, absolutely. So a lot of businesses try their best, kind of to go back on the Ottawa Board of Trade. A lot of small to medium-sized businesses, about 98% in Canada. Benefits cost a lot of money for the employer. So often enough, the employer opts for the cheapest option because that's the only way they can attract talent. So our hope is to be able to provide a secondary option for them that is specific to psychotherapy, so they can attract that talent that needs to be, helping their business grow and helping the community grow.
I want to go back, if you don't mind, Timothy, just for your own challenges that you went through. How consistent was it when you had the benefits compared to when you didn't, as far as getting help was concerned?
Yeah, when I had the benefits, I really didn't observe any, what would they say, pushback. I got to see my psychologist every 2 weeks, and then, kind of ramped up to 3 weeks, 4 weeks. But I could see them as often as I needed. When I didn't have benefits, it was a whole game changer. It was, are they available? If they're available, how much are they per hour? Which really determined my ability to, how often could I see them?
Yeah.
And so the reality is I may have seen them half a dozen times versus when it was covered by benefits, I would have seen them 18 times.
Yeah.
And so I tell people, we often get to a point in our lives where we think, oh, great, I just met with you, Derek. I feel better. I understand what happened. So I'm good. I don't need to see you anymore.
Right.
But in the back of our mind, it's the reason why we're saying that is because how much it's being charged.
Yeah, it's a financial situation. It's not that, and I can just see so many people finding themselves in that position. With the subsidy, is that then the Wellness Fund program?
Yes.
Is that, okay.
Yeah, so we designed a product called the Wellness Fund program where we provide 12 months of psychotherapy to individuals, and it's unlimited psychotherapy.
Wow.
So in person, over the phone, virtual, so Zoom or Meet, and also we're just introducing text messaging as well. So our care coaching team will text message you at least once a month just to check in. So if, Derek, you come to us, you've seen a professional for 6 times and you say, hey, I'm good, I don't need it anymore. We'll still check in with you because life events happen and we want to be there for you. We want to be proactive, not reactive.
It's a great reminder, right, that somebody's there for you because, some people, not everybody finds themselves surrounded by a big group of friends and family. Some people live in isolation, unfortunately, and that reminder is so incredibly important. Timothy, how do people get in touch with you?
Yeah, absolutely. So they can go to our website at serendipitygroup.ca or visit our Facebook page, and they can get all the information there for us.
Excellent. Thanks so much for joining us, Timothy. Really appreciate the time today.
No problem.
All right, we'll be right back after this. Don't go anywhere.